Hello and welcome back. You might have just watched our video. Why you only watched it that late, I'm not sure. I think maybe by the time you see this, the North London game would have been done. So I hope that you caught our North London derby preview before then. You see, Riaz just came from the stadium, as he has all people on here. But we thought it would be important for us to talk about the UEFA Champions League, as it is going to be starting very soon. It is in a new format. It is very confusing, and we have suspicions that they did it because of the Super League. So these are all the rumors that are circling around in our studio. We have our expert, Riaz Parker. HP stands for higher power, and he has all the insight. Completely new format. We've gone from 32 teams to 36 teams, each team getting to play about 8 games, 4 home, 4 away. That's about the most that I know about it. So hopefully Riaz can educate myself, Ziad, and all of you guys. So I welcome back Ziad and Riaz. Talk to me.
Good evening.
What do we have?
Good afternoon. Good whenever you guys are watching this. This was extremely difficult to kind of wrap my head around. I don't know all the stuff about who qualifies and all that stuff. Even what you said, I don't even know who plays each other. I don't even know what the fixtures are.
Expert opinion that I hyped up now sounds a bit weird.
I'm just prefacing this before I get to my expert opinions, right? So, as you can see, my team is not in this thing whatsoever. So I don't know why I'm the expert in this situation. But anyways, the Champions League, I can tell you about basically the kind of the structure of the Champions League this season. So obviously it's changed, like Jason says. There's more kind of games in the first stage, which is so it's a league phase, right? So however many teams you said, I think you said 36 teams, or however many teams you said.
Correct, yeah.
All those 36 teams are in kind of a league. So like the Premier League is 20 teams, this league of UEFA Champions League is 36 teams of teams, I guess. They all play eight matches, and according to that, they will obviously be ranked in the team. So there's no groups anymore. It's just in one league. So they play those 8 matches, and the points will then obviously go into from 1 to 36 in terms of how many games and how many points they won, etc. And then that will give you, of course, after the league phase, kind of a lying of the league from first all the way to 36. Then we get the top 8 in that league at the end of the league phase playoff will automatically go into the round of 16. So they don't play any qualifiers. The top 8 in the league automatically goes to the round of 16. Then the rest from 9 till 36, I guess, they are then the top of that and the bottom of that will go against each other. So 36 will play 9, 10 will play 35, 11 will play.
I think I must stop you there. Look here, expert. Sorry, man. It's 9 to 24 that then play playoffs.
Yeah, whatever.
And
you know what I mean? The rest of the team.
25 to 36 get eliminated. Guys, please, if you can send us donations so we can put this guy through some sort of education.
We need to upgrade the expert. He's running out of RAM there or something.
I think that software is
I was confused. Can you explain this to me, please?
Okay. Look, firstly, don't trust Wikipedia. That is run by the fans. Okay, anybody can edit that. So that's the first thing.
Okay, cool.
But you are absolutely spot on. So it's now changed from a group to a league format.
Yeah.
You have the top 8 teams that then go into the round of 16. It means that teams 9 to 25 or 9 to 24 then play an extra knockout game to then qualify. So home and away knockout, winners of those games.
24 to 36.
25 to 36 is at this catch you maybe next year, depending on where you finish and depending on your league coefficient.
And there's no drop down to the Europa League anymore, anything like that?
No. None that I know of. Maybe I'm supposed to upgrade my software because I'm not sure about that. but they have a completely different system as well. They're also adopting this league format. I'm not sure what happens with the winners, whether they then come in.
They do, yeah.
But yeah, then it just adds. Yeah, I think it jumps from like normally it's 120 odd games in the whole season. They're now going to like 180 games
Yeah.
total. So it's a massive amount of games. I mean, every team now plays an extra 2 games in the group stages, basically. And then if you're not in that top 8, you then have to play extra qualifier, home and away, and then you go the round of 16, quarters, semis, final.
It's interesting, actually. It's quite interesting.
Yeah,
I'm interested to see how this actually works out, even though I can't wrap my head around how it actually works out.
Yeah, I don't hate it either. I mean, it should be interesting to see. Look, at the end of the day, it's fairly simple, right? You play 8 games, try and get as many points as you can to get as
Yeah.
high up on the log as you can. You want to be in the top 8 to avoid that extra playoff. But if not, you're still in with a shout. Keeps more teams in the mix, which means ultimately there's more jeopardy. So as you get towards the later stages, you're hoping that more teams are in with a qualification. So they're not going to sit players. They're gonna try to play their best teams, and
Yeah.
ultimately the fan gets a better product,
Yeah.
which is what they're trying to do. Yeah, I like that there's no relegation to the Europa. Let those guys do it themselves. I think Riaz actually made an effort to go research this to see how Spurs will be able to get in next season, man. So with the coefficients and stuff, if they finish fifth, they could still get in, man.
Yeah.
I prefer to I don't know, get in like just rather finishing like I don't know. Or we actually, you know what? I'd prefer to get in by just winning Europa League. I think that's the easiest way.
Yeah, the United way, you say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though
You
they're
will
also there.
compete with a mighty Man United though. So good luck with that.
Scary, yeah, scary. They have two times Harry Maguire's now, so it's even worse.
You say they
Your
got
club,
Harry
man.
Maguire and Harry Maguire light.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Harry Maguire te light nogal. But
The light version of him. Yeah, it's just to get on to what you said, Ziad. It's you putting all of the best teams against all of the other best teams. It's all the good guys going against each other, as opposed to they
Kind
would
of,
have to.
because you only play
Yeah,
8 games, so you play
yeah,
seven of the other 30 odd teams. So luck of the draw there. But again, with the pots,
but
you do get to play two good teams or whatever. Or
there's
yeah,
more. There are more blockbuster games, so it keeps the fan more intrigued. Instead of having
yeah,
those blowout games where you maybe have Liverpool going to Dinamo Zagreb and beating them 6-0, right? Say for instance, and then they come there and then they then smash them again at home, like 4, like something like that. You've got games that from day one, we've got the repeat of the 2005 and 2007 Champions League final, AC Milan against Liverpool. We've got the repeat of the 2022 final, Man City against Inter.
look at
And
Riaz, man. I feel like Liverpool's living in this bra's head. He's just talking about Liverpool, my bro. What kind?
I'm
Yo,
talking
did
about
uh, did your
finals.
Liverpool guess
And we,
last week or the week before? Did he get stuck in your head there or what? He's
they
occupying
haven't used
some
money
space.
for signings, but they've been putting some into my bank account just to speak favorably about them.
I,
I
So
see.
I think that
Okay.
he's by watching them for the first 3 weeks, he's so impressed that like I'm a
Yeah,
closeted
man.
Arsenal supporter, he's a closeted Liverpool supporter.
nah,
Yeah,
nah,
this
nah,
man
nah.
saying
He-
Liverpool more
Look,
than he's saying Arsenal. But okay. I
yeah,
think maybe the
because
studies is getting to him.
what I'm mentioning are former winners. Now, Ziad, that's a sore topic, and you
Yo,
and
now you
I
want to
bring it
talk
up.
to a clumb losers, yeah, my bro.
Yeah,
We
so I
silver
thought
medalists in this group.
let me pull all of the winners together, increase the group coefficient, isn't it? Um,
True, true.
so yeah, no, I was just saying that
The group
basically with this
coefficient
format,
0 divided by 3 is 0.
and that is
That's
quick
why it's
math.
math is killing us here.
That is quick math. But yeah, I was just talking about the sort of games that we are now going to get, and how it's going to be almost every match there we're going to have more blockbuster games
yeah.
and with more impact, with a broader impact rather.
But you know what
So
sucks now?
mm,
And a joke. Because now you can play Champions League on a Thursday night.
yeah, yeah.
I did
The
see
whole
some of
point
those.
was that you don't play Thursday night, right? Because
Yeah, and now you can play Thursday night.
yeah.
The
So
banter
yeah,
is gone.
that is a bit silly. But imagine them having 18 games or 9 on one night and 9 on the other night. You almost gonna go mad. But the first two
I
nights,
already
you
go mal
also
because I can't even stay awake. The time difference
exactly.
kills me.
So now you're gonna have 9 games at 9 o'clock now. Bro, DSTV is gonna crash. They already
Showmax.
circulate this. Yeah, Showmax isn't even gonna be a thing. You're gonna outsource to BN. You're gonna outsource to TNT Sports. All
Tell
of
me
these
something,
things.
Jason. With this fixture situation with the pots and all of that, clearly, like obviously they have no idea what's going on. But with the fixtures and the pots and things like that, did that mean that let's use England and let's use Villa and let's use Manchester City? Does that mean that Villa automatically had an easier draw than Manchester City? Is that like how it works? Does that make sense?
No, I don't think so. I didn't understand the pots fully, but I think the first one was like all of the league winners, right? And
Look,
then
essentially, you play against a different spots. You get fixtures against each.
yeah,
So it still works. You still have to play tough games. It's spread out
yeah,
quite evenly. Plus, with all the transfers and stuff, you don't even know who's gonna be good and who isn't.
That's
yeah.
fair.
I think it's Leipzig's fixtures. I think out of the 8 games, they play like 5 former winners, and that they were like sort of zoning in on them because they've had a bit of movement in all of their window now and that stuff. So it's gonna be it throws up these sort of things. You're gonna have one team that's gonna be stuck playing against literally European pedigree, and then you're gonna have teams that have like Sparta Prague and like Slovian Bratislava, who I've never even heard of before the season.
This
So
man got
it's
some agenda against the Eastern European teams there.
yeah, bro. Look again. Probably Red Star Belgrade that's got more pedigree than my beloved Arsenal. You are just I'm in my fields tonight apparently. Um,
Seems that
but
way.
yeah, we talk about all of these fixtures, right? What is the sort of the toll that it's going to take? Like, surely a team can't field their best 11 Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whichever the day is, Saturday again. Then you've got League Cup, you've got FA Cup, you've got Nations League. We're running into scary territory where we've changed the whole dynamic of football, and it's now these players are going to be stretched beyond their limits. I don't know if you guys feel the same. If you think they should just play because they earn these massive salaries, I think there has to be some sort of reworking on how they're doing this thing. Yeah, Ziad, maybe you have
Yeah,
an
go
opinion on
to
it.
the coach.
Yeah,
Nah,
the
man.
coach Ziad.
I'm laughing because when he's saying people are stretched, I always think of him. But I'm not gonna take. He's already feeling down, so I'm not gonna go there.
Yeah, please, man,
Now,
don't keep
look
your
at
brow.
the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's fairly simple, right? You want to get paid a lot of money. The money comes from the TV deals, and it comes from playing more. So the more you play, the more money you make, and then that gets goes into your salaries, whatever the case is. So, as a player, if you want to get paid a lot, you got to play more. It is what it
Mm,
is, right? So, I mean, I'm not too concerned about that, but I think that going forward, there has to be a couple of things that have to happen. It's either you make every team makes their squads bigger so that they
mm,
can field teams in all the different competitions, which would make things a bit more challenging with the quality of your squad, the depth, and so on.
mm.
Alternatively, you play less. Like, for example, the French league are saying that they cut their league from 20 to 18 teams
Yeah,
to accommodate for this, right? So that
yeah,
the top league plays less games. So you could argue that I think a lot of the top leagues actually have 18 teams instead of 20.
mm,
So you could have things like that in the future. And yeah, at the end of the day, you are soccer players or football players, so you got to play, right?
mm.
I'm only so many days of annual leave you get, right?
Yeah, yeah. But those days are starting to get very scary. They are starting to
Yeah.
run very thin, and I don't know, the idea that because they get paid, they just need to play as much. Yeah, I think it's a very slippery
Well,
slope.
you got to then rotate your players accordingly, right? If they're
Yeah,
getting injured or if they have to manage the fatigue.
yeah,
That's what these teams have then sports science departments and all these
yeah,
trackers and whatever the case is. And you just have to have your squad big enough or prepared enough. You know what the
mm,
fixtures are before the time. And I can
yeah,
still understand if you have a time change, that throws you off a
yeah,
little bit. But
yeah,
they've got most of these teams have dedicated staff to plan all these things ahead.
yeah,
So I mean, all I'm saying is if you don't want to play as much or if you can't physically, then something has
yeah,
to give. So either your salary drops and they
mm,
play other players and there's more rotation,
yeah.
or you gotta go earn your money.
Nah, fair. Fair, yes. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's difficult because the players already are kind of spread thin.
Mm,
And we can see that, I mean, by the amount of injuries that people get throughout the season. And it's difficult for them. But I kind of agree with Ziad, unfortunately. Like, if you, the main thing
You
is at the
agree
end
with
of the
me,
day,
unfortunately.
yeah, because, I mean, injuries are never nice. Injuries are never nice, and with the amount of things that we're playing, amount of games that we're playing, and we're adding more games now, it's inevitable that people are going to get injured.
yeah,
So, but I think also the main thing that he brought up was that the depth of the squad.
yeah,
People want to win stuff, so they don't really want to like kind of give. It's about a give and take. I think Jurgen Klopp did it really well in his time, right? He didn't, not that he didn't care, but he had to rotate his team and play the youngsters when the FA Cup came around or when the League Cup came around because
Yeah,
his team,
exactly.
his team were in 4 different competitions and he
yeah,
couldn't play the first 11 all the time.
yeah,
And I think that's what has to happen. Teams shouldn't think about it as kind of playing the second team or not
You
playing with
know
their
what?
fast.
Maybe Chelsea's ahead of the game.
Yeah, but they have 60 billion left wingers, so where they're going to play,
It
they can't
doesn't
all
matter,
play.
bruh. You put them all in. Maybe they are ahead of the game. They got their squad ready for a challenge on all fronts.
That's not a
sure.
bad point. I'm done with hating on Chelsea because the Mensa came to me in the comments, so I can't say anything anymore.
By Mensa, you refer to Saudi Khan. Don't worry, bro. All of us can handle
Hey,
it. Let
bro,
him come.
why are you worried about that, bruh?
Let
He's
him
all
come and
talk
give us
on a keyboard, but if he come in front of you, don't worry, man.
Nah, man, I
Man's
must I
all
must
bark
respect
and no
Easy. I
bite.
must respect the Easy. I must respect the Easy. But
Nah,
well, there's another producer in the ear situation happening here, and as we were talking about the squad depth and things like that, he says that Cole Palmer and a few others of the first team aren't actually in the Chelsea squad, so maybe they are ahead of the game. There you go.
yo, that's crazy, actually.
Yeah, and they pulled the bro out of England. It's like he's only
Mm,
there to play league games and a
maybe,
paar
bro.
FA Cups there, maybe.
I mean,
So that maybe
we
that's
most
the way
likely
they're
see
gonna
some
go
of
for
that.
it, right?
Yeah, yeah. We'll see that more often than not. Then that players are now going to be pulled out of national team camps and that, and it's probably going to happen. I think a team that's going to
Yeah.
be smart about it. They will probably be the ones that succeed the most because they'll have all of the best players fresher for longer.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's
and
definitely a chance.
I meant the Conference League squad as well. The Conference
Yeah,
League squad,
yeah,
of course.
yeah. No, 100%. And it's going to be it's the team that's going to manage the squad the best, obviously.
Yeah,
But yeah, I was also going to show enough faith in the youth to actually give them a chance. So yeah, something that Arsene Wenger did very well in his time, and I've yet to see Mikael do really.
He doesn't give the youngsters enough, I don't think, or long enough rope. But there's that pressure to
Mm.
win. So
Yeah, it's so there's so many things that need to be considered, and that's why I'm glad we can sit on a podcast and just talk all our nonsense because we don't have to make these sort of decisions.
I
Except
prefer
for
to
Coach
make it.
Riyad, of course. Yeah.
Give me the decisions to make, bro. Give me the decisions.
Oh,
I'll make them.
if it was up to you, you'd still be playing a Koto at left back there for you guys. Destiny and Dog. You wouldn't smell the team. Um,
What do you mean?
because you,
I would have gone in. Yo, I didn't like Asio Costa. He was like one of my worst left backs I ever seen. To be completely honest with you. Although we have a history of not having good backline players, so I can't really point to anybody that was good or not good besides the two centre backs.
nah,
It's very
fair,
sad.
fair, fair. Okay, so yeah, that was our take on trying to describe the new Champions League format. Let
Sorry,
us
I
know.
failed. I apologize.
No, it's fine. Let us know if we've missed anything. Let us know if there are games that you are looking forward to. If you aren't a Liverpool fan, are you looking forward to that replay of the 2007-2005 final? Maybe. Maybe it's not just me. Maybe there's just excitement because there's going to be blockbuster games every week.
But you want people to be excited about playing against Tammy Abraham, and
I must have Abraham.
like who plays for Milan even nowadays? I saw they were
I'm sure he
fighting over
has.
coach.
Can
The
name
two
one
Owens that got
player
dropped were
that
standing
plays
one
for-
side of the field, crying because they didn't start and they got dropped. Oh, and they got Magic Mike in the polls, I think.
Yeah, no. He has a second favorite person in the world. Tijani Reinders.
My favorite
Mickey van der
person.
Wen's your favorite. Though. Mickey van der Wen's your favorite.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Who Theo
Okay, let's see.
Hernandez? He's the guy that was crying actually.
Yeah, nah, fair. But yeah, no,
Also
it's
have
just there's
Leao.
more excitement because there's more
That's the other one.
blockbuster games. That's the thing. That's all it is.
And you get to see more Liverpool games, right, Jason?
Exactly that, guys. Producer, cut that down, please.
I think he's just never mind.
Nah, don't start. I'm not a Liverpool fan. I was just talking about. It's more just going back to my earlier psychic trick of reverse psychology. Let's.
You want to talk
them
about
up.
psychic tricks? You want to talk about psychic tricks? As a lone Spurs fan that we introduced as a 2-1 underdog favorite, I've now turned Ziad on my side and catering against you. So we stay winning. Actually, we've never won a single thing, but you know, we try.
Yeah. Look, let's just see what this thing puts out. Let's see if it's going to be a success. Let us know if you have any thoughts about whether it is actually going to be a success, whether it's going to run into a roadblock further down the line. Yeah, you can find us at all the same links at sportycast on all of the major social media platforms. Riaz, you can find him outside the Spurs stadium looking to sell some grass. And that's grass on the field, not the illegal substance.
Yeah, please, you're
gonna get this guy deported somewhere. Yeah, that's been our short wrap up and our short introduction to this new UEFA Champions League format. Let us know in the comments, and yeah, just thanks for all the likes, thanks for all the subscribes, and cheers.